powder, onion powder, Badia complete seasoning, parsley flakes, black peppercorn, crushed red pepper, thyme, and we also got us 2 lemons, red and green bell pepper, sour orange marinade by Badia, hot sauce, any kind you like, some Del Monte stewed tomatoes, some bay leaves, got us some Iberia minced garlic, distilled white vinegar, got us a yellow onion here, 2 limes, and about 6 pounds of diced pork shoulder. You're also gonna need some chicken bouillon and some butter. So don't forget about that. Now let us get started. You know it wouldn't be old Chef Fo without forgetting something. Get you a couple potatoes, whatever kind you like. Yes. A lot of ingredients in this here dish. But you want to start by getting a thorough cleaning on your meat. You want to do a few cycles. I did so on each batch, and I had 2 batches. So here we are filling up our bowl here, and you want to put some vinegar in there to clean it. Yes. So once you put the vinegar in there, you know you want to get your hands in there. You want to start moving things around and rubbing things together. I did use 2 hands, but this is just for the video purposes. Now you see when I press that down, all that stuff that's floating around at the top of that there, you don't want that in your meat. Now here we are with the second batch here, filling up with water, added some vinegar to that too, and did the same. Now after we got that all cleaned up, we transferred it to a big Sause, big boiler here, all 6 pounds of that chopped pork shoulder, and we want to fill it up with water, and a nice amount of water too. All together, this thing gonna cook here for about 3 hours. So here we are, we got that on the stove over high heat. We still doing our cleaning process. No, we ain't cooking yet. No, old Chef Fo ain't cooking yet. But in the meantime, we want us about half of each of these, green, red, bell pepper, and onion. Yeah, only half of that. Look at that, they're diced up all in uniform pieces. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add stuff as we go along in our cooking process each hour. Now you see that gunk at the top of the pot? You don't want that in your dish. You wanna spoon that out and skim that off. Now that's why we're boiling it. We're getting rid of impurities in our meat. Also dice up your potatoes in similar sized chunks so they can be ready. Put some water and vinegar inside a bowl so they won't turn brown. Now look at that gunk at the bottom of our pan. You don't want that once again. Yes. So we're gonna sit that in the water, we're gonna clean that in our utensil, and we still wanna rinse off some meat the more. We're gonna get that all rinsed up. Once again, I did use 2 hands, but for video purposes, I'm showing y'all this. We spraying it down with cold water to cool it off and stop it from cooking. Now we're transferring them back to our clean boiling pot, and we're getting ready to start the cooking process. Now what you're finna see here is pretty much almost everything in the pot. The peppercorn, the thyme, bay leaves, Badia complete seasoning, and we got us some red pepper flakes in there too. But we got all our seasonings, dry seasonings, in one pot with some vinegar and some hot sauce. Now I discovered that I didn't have no bouillon, but I did have some leftover better than bouillon chicken base, and I added that to the mix to substitute for that. And that was a good idea. Now here we are adding our white vinegar. And I probably put about a half a cup worth in there, and you want to stir that, get that all stirred together. Now we're waiting for this to come to a boil. We want to boil it on high heat for the first hour, uncovered or covered, it's up to you, but I did it uncovered. And I also added some onion powder and garlic powder. Almost forgot. Yeah, old Chef Fo almost forgot. You know we don't roll without no onion and garlic powder. And I put some minced garlic in that thing too. So this is the first hour right here. So we come in with our second hour. But the first thing you want to do is take the heat from high to medium. And you want to add 2 lemons and 2 limes worth of juice into your mixture. And stir that thing and get it all nice and incorporated. But we ain't gonna show you all that, you get the point. 2 lemons and 2 limes worth of juice now. You can use bottled too, it's up to you. Now, as you can see, I done added in my bell peppers and my onion in the mix, and we're getting that all stirred in too. And this is the second hour right here. We wait for this thing to come to a nice simmer again. Remember, seasoning round, so we hit it back with some more vinegar and some more hot sauce. Yes, yes, yes. This is Sause recipe pork shoulder. This is pork sauce, but they usually use ears and snouts and tails and foots and everything else. And Chef Fo don't eat all that there. Plus that pork shoulder got more meat on it, so I went with the pork shoulder. So this Sause recipe pork shoulder. And my first time making a sauce overall is supposed to be, from what I understand, spicy and sour at the same time, which it did end up that way. Awesome, delicious dish. A lot of ingredients, but easy to do. Try it out. Now we're still adding in all of our seasoning because we season in rounds. This is the second round of seasoning that you see here. And we're gonna bring that thing to a simmer and get our second hour going. I am told if you want this thing to come out how it need to come out, it got to cook for 3 hours. It got to cook for 3 hours. Yeah, they said got to cook for 3 hours. So we're putting our garlic and onion powder in here. After we done added everything else, Mike. Only thing we didn't put back in there on this second hour was some more of that bouillon. We didn't need it. We don't need too much salt here. We don't want to oversalt your dish. You want to make sure you don't go crazy here. Yes. Pork sauce, using the shoulder. Add us a little parsley in there. Get everything all nice and incorporated and stirred together. Boy, your house gonna be smelling good too now. Now here we are, stirring everything up. And right here, I believe, was the conclusion of our second hour of cooking. That meat was real tender. I tried a piece of that meat. Look at here, boy. Look at here. So right here, we're getting ready to put the top back on our pan. Now this is the second hour right here coming to a conclusion. Now we had our third hour of cooking. I tasted to make sure everything was all right, and we was ready to go. Yes. Take them diced potatoes, pour that water off them, throw them in the pot, get them all submerged in your liquid. Get them down in there. You always want to put the potatoes at the end, at the last little bit of the cooking, because you put them in too early, they're going to be all broke up and mashed up, and the pot going to be looking all nasty. Ain't nobody going to want to eat none but you. If that's what you want, then that's what you do. Other than that, put them things in there in the end, man. I came behind that with a stick of butter. You know that butter going to make everything real smooth and luxurious in our pork sauce pot. Yes. And I added some Del Monte stewed tomatoes to the mix. No salt added. We don't need no extra salt. The butter was unsalted as well. Now, if you want salted butter and stewed tomatoes with salt, you be my guest. We don't tell you how to cook here on the Chef Fo channel. We just show you what we did. Now, this is optional. Sour orange Bobadilla. That's used for marinade and flavoring, added to soups and stews. I'm experienced with it in my travels with Spanish cooking. And look at that there. I done put some in the bowl and look how it's looking. Boy, that meat was so fall apart and tender. Eat a piece of that there, milk right in your mouth. Pause. Yes. You can see me stirring it up there. And it was just a sweet, not sweet, it was just a spicy. It was just a spicy and sour. I see why folk going crazy about this here. But this the stuff that you see all over the internet in them styrofoam cups. Yes. Pork sauce with the pork shoulder. Look at this here. Man, look at this here, man. Look at this here. Like, share, and subscribe. Get in the comments and let us know how you like your pork sauce. Yeah, Chef full love y'all. Boy, Chef full love y'all.